Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Cover to Cover. You're here with Mo,
Andrea,
and Morgan.
Today we want to talk about some cool projects going on in the world, and we have a What's on My Nightstand with Tiffany and a really fun video that we are excited about. But first, we have to wish a very happy birthday to Harry Potter and his creatress, J.K. Rowling. Happy birthday! Such a big day. We're so excited. J.K. Rowling, of course, gave her own personal birthday to our Wizarding World hero. And as per usual with fans, there are no shortages of events that you can attend to help celebrate the occasion.
That's right. Google about the happenings in your area for tonight. Bookstores, libraries, bars, and many other organizations are hosting trivias, parties, and giving out cake for everyone. So celebrate in style as Harry turns 37 years old, and J.K. Rowling makes another trip around the sun with hopefully some new writings on the horizon.
Isn't that crazy? First of all, we were just talking about this. Harry Potter's 37 years old. Where does the time go,
With
you
kids.
guys?
I can't believe he was a kid.
With kids, yeah.
Hey, well, he's still, I don't know. He's still a kid in my mind. I don't know.
I know. It's crazy.
I just can't believe it. I'm just shocked. 37.
Who knew?
Who knew?
The internet, I guess. Aren't you going to go do something fun tonight, too?
Yes. So I'm going. There's a baseball game in town, and they're doing pre-game Quidditch lessons. They have a sorting hat and a photo booth. So I'm going with my girlfriends, and we're gonna have an awesome time.
So
And are you going to something tonight?
I'm thinking about it. Lord, I'm so tired today. So we'll see. We'll play it by ear.
It is JK's birthday
I
and
know.
Harry.
I might have to celebrate from home and just eat cake alone.
Not a true
which is
fan.
Eat cake alone, read a book.
You know, normal Monday night stuff. So if you guys are going to any events, please let us know because we'd love to see pictures or hear about all the fun stuff going on in your area. All right, and speaking of Rowling and her other writings, her Cormoran Strike detective series, of which I love, has been set for screen adaptation by the BBC. Filming began last November, and the story, which is split into 3 one-hour episodes, is slated to come out before the end of the year, though no firm date has been set.
A big question on fans' minds is when will the next book come out in the series? Rowling has revealed the title of the next book after enticing fans to guess on Twitter. When one fan got it right, she revealed it will be called Lethal White.
Yes.
While there is no set release date, we expect it will be sooner than later, and it's been over 2 years since the last book, Career of Evil, was released.
It's always so hard waiting for that next book. It's nice that we have a little piece of information, the title, but what? When's it coming out? I need more details.
It's cool there was interaction on Twitter, though. I love that.
Yeah.
I love when authors go out of their way to just make sure fans are included in their decisions.
I bet she didn't think they would guess the title though, and then went when somebody pulled out of the house, she was like, oh yeah, it's that. She said it. That's right. So that's happening. And J.K. Rowling has, of course, been making waves with this detective series and some other works that she has. But you might remember her from her first works, the Harry Potter series.
What?
It's just a little thing that reached best-selling book series of all time. No big deal.
Yeah,
whatever.
what was that book? And for a while, she was a best-selling children's author in Britain, even years after the release of her books. But someone is finally usurping her. British star David Williams has had a fruitful career as a comedian, actor on Little Britain, star of Britain's Got Talent, and now as a writer. He wrote his first illustrated book in 2008. His sales are up dramatically this year, and he is slated to earn £17 million by the end of the year, and has snagged the spot of top-selling author.
Wow, guys, he has beat out Julia Donaldson, writer of The Gruffalo, and Rowling has been bumped to 3rd place in earnings.
It's kind of crazy, right? I mean, I feel like we think of J.K. Rowling as this powerhouse and her books will always be bestsellers, but she's been at the top of the list even without brand new books being out. So for him to topple her reign, pretty intense. And I've never heard of any of his books, but I guess they're really big children's books. So friends or people with kids, get those books. Must be good.
Let us know. Are you reading them? Do you have them? Let us know what they're like.
Yeah.
So I looked up The Gruffalo this morning.
Oh yeah, tell us about it.
It is super cute, but it reminds me of Where the Wild Things Are. The imagery of it. So
the illustrations.
Yeah.
You don't like
you
that?
think it's a little too similar, or
Too similar for me.
Huh.
But I guess really there's nothing new under the sun. So I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to check that out.
So let us know if you read it. What you think? Is it too much like, I mean, I don't know the storyline, I just saw the pictures, and let us know if you think it's too similar to Where the Wild Things Are.
All right, well, one interesting thing about J.K. Rowling is how she chose to write the Strike series under a pseudonym, of course, Robert Galbraith. She was outed as the author only months after the release of the first book by a woman on Twitter who was associated with her publisher, which is not good. Among the reasons Rowling cites for using the pen name was her desire to have the work viewed objectively outside of the fame of her name and see how it did on its own. So what do you guys think about that? I mean, that's kind of shady for someone to out her on Twitter. I don't like that at all. And it kind of has a lot to say about the privacy between the publishers. Like, how did this random person actually find out the identity?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so I'm sure she probably obviously wasn't happy with her publisher about it, but I just think it's interesting.
I think it's really cool that she was really just using her works as standalones. It says so much more about her as a writer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. And another author who famously did a similar thing, wrote under pseudonym for the same reasons, was Stephen King.
No
I'm not
way!
sure if you guys know. He released several books under the pen name Richard Bachman. He also cites for a reason he used the pen name was his publishers insisted that he only release one book every year so he didn't saturate the market. And Stephen King if he's anything, he is a prolific writer, so he had to get more works out there, so hence the adoption of Bachman.
Things were going pretty well for King, too, until rumors began over the identity of Bachman. And one fan, Steve Brown, decided that unequivocally Bachman and King were the same person. He used his sleuthing skills and visited the Library of Congress to check out the copyright on the novels. Turns out one of the copyrights was owned outright by Stephen King. This smoking gun. He reached out to confront King, and the rest is history.
Why didn't he put the copyrights in someone else's name if he didn't want to be discovered?
I think the deal was all the other ones were, but somewhere along the line they messed up just one novel's copyright. So that was a big no-no. And I guess anybody could have figured it out before this person did. I mean, he had released 5 novels at this point under the pseudonym.
Yeah,
that's crazy that he has to do that. Who was gonna want to stop Stephen King from writing?
I don't understand what the
understand.
publisher was, what they're thinking. Saturate the market. What? I mean, this is more book sales and more money in your pocket. I figured they'd want him to spit out books, as fast as he could.
I guess maybe the thinking is if you're releasing more than one book a year, it must not be very good. So some people would maybe be deterred from purchasing that. But not true fans. I mean, if Stephen King puts out 3 books a year, Stephen King fans are going to purchase 3 books a year.
Yeah, how are there not special cases?
Yeah, and people who read these books are probably reading several fiction books a month, right?
Yeah, I think
I mean,
so.
people who are reading and buying a lot. Mm-hmm. So that's a great question, though. How many books are you reading a month? Let us know in the comments. I would love to know how fast you get through these fiction books, because sometimes it takes me a while, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, do you guys challenge yourselves? I see a lot of challenges on Instagram and Facebook. People are always putting up statuses and they're like, hey, they'll have a picture of a book and they're like, I'm going to get through all of these this July, which I think is really cool.
And when there's a great author I love, like Stephen King, I want to read all of his books all at once, I can't
binge
stop.
read.
I can, yes, there's one period of my life when I lived overseas and I binge read all Nicholas Sparks books.
I knew that.
Sometimes you just have to because you have nothing else to do except your research.
I love it.
No TV, no internet, nothing except your books.
Yeah, well, you guys let us know if you are binge reading and make some suggestions for us.
Well, some authors will go to great lengths to ensure there is no association between their publishing works and their names. And speaking of things authors wouldn't want to be associated with, we have a really fun video short for you today. Yeah. It's called Abridged Books Now, and it's here abridging book gaps and confusing readers everywhere. So let's enjoy.
Are you tired of the run-down, non-descriptive books of yesteryear? Well, we know exactly how you feel, and we're here to tell you there is a better way.
Here at Abridged Books Now, we publish the abridged versions of books, so you get the truth, and nothing but the truth.
Do all your friends annoyingly talk about books with shocking twists and turns, and you feel left out because you simply don't have time to read them all? Well, this product is for you!
Try our abridged version of Game of Thrones called Sex, Dragons, and Heads Will Roll, because they truly do. In this shortened version, you get just the pertinent details, and we cut out the middle work so you can join the conversation.
Or try our abridged version of the Da Vinci Code, art history for dummies. Why suffer through the countless pages of adventuring through the world's greatest museums when you could cut straight to the who, what, where, when, and why with this simple version?
Or join in with your girlfriends on the discussion of The Notebook with She Loves Him So Much. Wait, who dis? With this shortened version, you cut out the whole will they, won't they aspect of the story. I mean, you know how it will end, so let's find out now.
But don't take it from us. Take it from some of our satisfied customers right now.
I was so tired of all my friends talking about the twists and turns in Gillian Flynn's Gone Girl. With the bridge books now, I got my own version of Gone Girl, of Girl Gone. I don't even know. Girl Gone, Cray Cray was short, concise, and I don't know. Save yourself the embarrassment and get yourself a copy.
Aww, we love hearing heartwarming stories of our products working for you.
That's right, and for the low price of 3 installments of $9.99, one of these abridged copies could be yours.
And it's well worth the money. But don't take it from us. Take it from this satisfied customer who was saved by having access to our products.
Okay, now go. Okay, well, all of my friends were reading the Harry Potter series, and I couldn't join the conversation because I hadn't read it yet until I found Abridged Books Now and their copy of Hermione Granger and the Patriarchy. Couldn't have done it without her. And I also got fantastic grades in college using Abridged Books Now. So, F is for fantastic.
Another success story. Well, be sure to get all of your abridged copies of our books before the start of the school season, like this copy of Pride and Prejudice, which we call... You know what? Actually, no, they mailed this one, so just forget about that. Anyway.
Yes. Anyway, like we said, just 3 installments of $9.99, and this collection could be yours. Abridged Books Now!
What? To order from Abridged Books Now, call our line at 999-Y-READ, and we'll get you set up for success. Some customers may be required to send funding through offshore bank accounts, provide security numbers, or bank account numbers. Abridged Books Now is not affiliated with any publishers, authors, or actual works of literature. Books will not guarantee understanding the material, and appropriate grades are not guaranteed to consumers. If you are not satisfied with your order and wish to file a complaint, okay, good luck. Abridged Books Now is responsible for any debts or relationship termination that comes from our products. Abridged Books Now. Bridging stuff, because bridges are great.
Well, we hope you guys enjoyed that video, and we hope that you caught all the fine print there at the end.
Wow, there's really no reason to defend the actions of Abridged Books Now. Literary lovers will often find themselves poised for defense of their favorite books or characters.
A student-turned-author, Lena Gilmore, is in such a situation now. She has been writing a book called The Heroine Standard that is a collection of essays defending some of the most hated women in literature. Originally inspired by an essay Gilmore wrote defending the Gatsby's Daisy Buchanan, she saw the need for a defense of these misunderstood women in literature. The book is still in production, and Gilmore has launched a Kickstarter campaign to help raise funds for editing and the marketing of the book. If you are so inclined to help an aspiring author, you can find her project on Kickstarter under The Heroine Standard.
I love this Kickstarter, and I think it's such a good idea because there really is this need intrinsically sometimes to defend terrible book characters that you love to people who hate them. Right? Like Daisy Buchanan. It's so easy to hate her. She's such a hot mess in The Great Gatsby. But if you love her, you need to tell us why. You know, I want to hear about it.
There are reasons to love her.
I'm sure there are. And I would read all of those reasons and I could be swayed.
So who would you defend?
Oh, I don't know. There's a lot of people I love in literature that other people hate, but I read that a couple of the people she was defending is like Bella Swan from the Twilight series because she's a person that's really easy to hate because she makes really dumb life choices. But also, if you love her, like tell us more about why you love her, and maybe we'll change our opinions. I don't know. I feel
Andrew,
like there's
who would you defend?
Great question.
Daisy Buchanan, apparently.
Daisy Buchanan, yeah. I'd defend her. Who would you defend?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about this. I'm gonna think about it and post it later. So guys, let us know who you would defend.
Yeah, who's terrible that you love?
Well, we do wish Gilmore luck on her journey to publishing, and maybe one day we'll be having her on as a recommended read.
Yeah.
So speaking of, our in-house recommender has something special for us today. So Tiffany, tell us what's on your nightstand for today.
Good morning, everybody. I have a new book for your nightstand. It's called He Said, She Said by Erin Kelly. The author lives in London. She's written several other books, and this is her latest. The book is about a couple. It starts out when they are at a festival chasing the solar eclipse of the sun, and the girl witnesses a pretty horrendous crime that she thinks is happening. So flash forward 15 years later, the couple is a young family starting out their life off the grid. When the past comes back to haunt them, it becomes a case of he said versus she said. So not for younger audiences, adult, mature audiences only. And grab this book if you want to find out how the story ends. Big plot twist. He said, she said for 99 cents in the flash sale.
Well, thank you so much, Tiffany. We will definitely have to check out He Said, She Said. It sounds intriguing. And I wonder if it could be so intriguing that it might be the only book for sale in a bookstore.
If it was, you'd probably find it on display in this famous Tokyo bookstore, Marioka. Here, the seller's approach with these books are the minimalist appeal. So they only have a single book on display and on sale every week. They spend the week doing projects, events, and workshops on the particular book, and then they trade it out the next week. It's almost an art project in itself, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's a really interesting approach to trying to make money, I think.
I wonder, are these like best-selling? Are they indie? Like, who are they promoting here?
I guess they probably have a team that like meticulously depicts like which book is going to be every week, and I bet it's a range of stuff. But if they're doing all these events around it, it has to be something like kind of popular, or they're not going to get people into the store for the event.
Because that would kind of stink if it was like on you to make, like if it switched out people with the decisions and then it was on you and then the book didn't do well at all.
Or you couldn't think of any events or anything creative to do around it.
Yeah, like we literally made $0 this week, so you're not getting paid.
I guess you could do one of those art nights around a book.
Yeah, totally.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Normally you do that at the winery or coffee shop, but at a bookstore that would be pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah, and the bookstore is like very wide open because it is so minimalist, so I guess they have a lot of space to work with to bring lots of guests into the building and other things. I don't know if you guys got to see a picture of it, but it's very stark, and I think everything in Tokyo is so busy that it might be intriguing if you were walking past and everything was so bare that you might have to just like walk in and see what was going on.
If it was just like empty though and it's just like a book, like how intimidating is that though? Like I don't know if I could walk in, I'd be like, oh, this looks really cool, but like
You might do an impulse purchase, like everybody who walks in might feel so bad that they're just like, okay, I'll buy this.
Well, they say most of us, at least Americans, one of our biggest problems is decision fatigue. We have so many decisions that we can make. It totally cuts it out. You have one decision, buy or not buy.
Yeah.
So maybe it works.
Yeah, maybe it does.
Well, let us know what you think about this. Would you go? Would you buy the book? Would you feel the pressure to buy the book if there's just one book to buy? Let us know. And, we talk about several projects today in the literary world, so let us know which one is your favorite. And if you know of any other cool ones we need to check out. And as always, share this post and send us a message for a free t-shirt. Yay! And when you do so, we have V-neck and crew neck styles. And when you send us a message, tell us your size, your style, V-neck or crew neck, and your mailing address, and we will get that out to you.
Free t-shirts and flash sales. So don't forget about this flash sale. For 19 minutes after this show, you can get your copy of He Said, She Said for 99 cents.
All right, and thank you guys so much for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed our really funny video and that you have a great week ahead of you. I'm Mo.
I'm Andrea.
And I'm Morgan.
And as always, we will be back on Wednesday, August 2nd, that's crazy, at 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Central Time. Until then, keep reading, writing, and being awesome. I know we will. Bye.
Bye.